Great Thursday evening. Hope you had a wonderful December 19th in the Lord. Countdown to, Lord willing, the new year. And countdown, we only have these last two chapters of the book of Job. And we are in the 41st chapter, and it's talking about a creature. I remember a long time ago, before he was born, decades ago, I used to study up on spiritual warfare. And I remember hearing the term, the spirit Leviathan. And I heard that it was when someone had an influence or a demonic spirit of lying. But also, the last verse of this chapter 41 says, he beholdeth all high things. Leviathan is the king over all the children of pride. Another version said that he's the king of all who is arrogant. So that is something that you want to stay away from. Like I said, I've been in services, charismatic churches, where I have seen people, I guess it's called exorcised, and where you would hear influences from people being delivered from these demonic traits. All I want to say is stay away from any trace of anything that has something to do with darkness, right? Repent before the Lord. And this has something to do with Psalms 19. We would have read this earlier. But you want the Lord, in verse 12, to cleanse you from all secret faults. Because when things are done in the dark, they grow, that those things do not please God. And before you know it, you have a huge stronghold and you can't fight it with flesh. So that's what I would say. Beware of any traits or residue regarding pride, lying, any of these demonic influences, because they will, they want to take over. All right, I'm going to pass it to Timotheus.
Yes, I agree with everything you said. And, arrogance is very powerful. Isn't that one of the 7 deadly sins? Like pride or something. So like when you can't listen to people, then, or when you just only think that you know everything, then everything else starts to fall apart. Then that's when other sins start to go to if you don't listen to other people, then you won't listen to God, and I don't know, you'll start thinking that certain things are okay to do, but they're really not, and it'll just be a snowball effect, and everything else will start falling apart.
Something that you were talking about in Proverbs 6:16. These are 6 things the Lord hate. 7 are an abomination unto him. 1 is a proud look. That's arrogance. And then, that comes from Leviathan. The next one, a lying tongue. Again, that's attributed to that spirit. And hands, inevitably, when you lie, when you think you know everything, when you can't listen to people, then your hands, your feet will be quick to shed innocent blood. It might not be literally, but it might be with your mouth. It might you bring people along. And then a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that swift into running mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among the brethren and family. That's what I'm saying. We want to stay away from any traces of that demonic influence. And like you said, it starts small and then it just takes over. Well, because today is December 19th, we went to Proverbs 19. And what spoke to you?
The scripture was talking about if you stop listening, 27, if you stop listening to instruction, my son, you will stray from the words of knowledge. So that's kind of like the same concept discussed in Job. Once you stop hearing other people's input and just their constructive criticism, then and nobody else can tell you anything, you're not gonna take people's feedback, then the rest of your life is just gonna kind of fall apart. until you're forced to, and you don't want that to happen.
Hallelujah. And what spoke to me is we want the favor of the Lord, and it's described in verse 12 of chapter 19 of Proverbs. The favor of the Lord is as dew upon the grass, but the king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion. No, we want the favor of the Lord so that we could get blessings, and we're pleasing him at all times. And we don't want to be arrogant and say, no, I got this. No, because he has everything. All right. Well, thank you so much for your input. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the blessings of the Lord.